Hey friend, welcome to Ask Dr. Betters. You know, one of the more frequent questions I get pertains to whether or not it is time for an individual to leave their attachment to their local church. And that's always heartbreaking. It's always difficult, but you know, it comes down to the reasons. And obviously there are good reasons and there are bad reasons. I have been experienced to both the good reasons and the bad reasons coming from people over my 53-year career. But this person wants to know, Bob wants to know, he says, "Hi, Dr. Betters, I'm a Christian who attends an evangelical church that has never preached on the second coming in the 50 years I've attended, though they teach and preach the gospel. They are not preaching the whole word of God. I have friends there. Would it be wrong for me to split my time between this church and the more dynamic church that is not afraid to preach from 1st and 2nd Thessalonians?" I would highly caution you not to do that, because no matter how much you try, when you get together with your friends, you're going to commiserate. You're going to sit there and you're going to have a shock to your system. They're going to have a shock to their system when it comes to why you have left the church or why you are thinking about leaving the church. And in your particular case, why you're thinking about partially leaving the church. There's no good that's going to come out of this. Instead, you need to approach the leadership of the church and specifically confront the question of why the gospel does not include for them the second coming of Christ. You see, when you say that you've attended for 50 years and they've preached the gospel, but then you tell me in the other breath that they've never preached on the second coming, how can you preach the gospel without preaching on the second coming? The second coming is part and parcel to the gospel. The life, the death, the burial, the resurrection, the ascension, the second coming of Jesus Christ, all of these are part and parcel to what we would call the gospel message. So I would first of all start with the pastor and lovingly and without, throwing stones at him, approaching him like you're trying to build a bridge and not a wall. I would say you would just ask a very simple question. Why over the 50 years I've been attending this church have I not heard you once preach on the second coming of Christ? Have I missed something? Is it me? Have I missed something? Give the man who has a 50-year career with you an opportunity to answer that question. But under no circumstances would I encourage you to split your time with your good friends, because nothing good is going to come out of that, except you're going to commiserate with each other on the deficiencies of this particular church. And who knows, maybe it's just the message the man needs to hear. Maybe he needs to understand that this is how he's coming across, that the second coming is not important to him. He may be reacting against something that has in past years been taught about the second coming of Christ. Maybe some of the same things I've reacted against over the course of my ministry. Whatever, you want to give him the opportunity to show kindness, to show love, to show loyalty, and to show submission to the authority structure of the church you have made yourself a part of for 50 years. Nothing good will come out of doing it the other way. Hope this helps.
Hi, my name is Melissa Weisenfels, Executive Director here at MARKINC Ministries. Thank you so very much for your continued support of this video series. Ask Dr. Betters is not meant to be a substitute for professional counseling, but instead is designed to extract biblical principles around the questions being asked. We encourage you to seek professional counseling if needed.